Today, my topic is how I curated the exhibition of Ambassador and Mrs. E.F. Drumright's Ink Diplomacy for the San Diego Chinese Historical Museum. My agenda is, first, why the Drumrights? Second, how I extended my research from the San Diego Museum of Arts to the San Diego Chinese Historical Museum. Third, how to curate this exhibition. Fourth, unexpected connections. Some of you probably remembered in 2014, I made the first presentation to the study group of AAC about the Chinese arts in the SDMA. I also shared a few paintings of my teacher. That's why the title have the Chinese modern arts here. From the first one is after 7 months of study from the SDMA database, I found out they have 230 Chinese paintings at that time. And I only, because I love landscape paintings, so I chose the 42 landscapes to study to do my research. And for each artist, I will list their names and the time of their birth and the death. And then finally, I find out one donor. He's with the purple square. You can see that's the most. The total is 11 paintings is by him and by them. So I found out I listed by order number of paintings they donated. The number one is a gift of an ambassador and Mrs. Everett F. Drumright. I want to know who they are, why they donated so many stuff to the museum. So in the following 3 years, I made four lectures about the Chinese paintings and also including the Drumrights donations. To the end of September of 2015, I completed the donation of 70 items by the Drumrights to the museum. So I corrected their record and adding Chinese name for them. Also correct the year of making, creation time. Some of them, they said unknown. So after I did my study, I put the correction there. And also the second report down below is I found out they have 3 different databases in the SDMA system. So I also showed which system should be changed or updated. That's in 2015 when I went back to Taiwan after I want to find out what's Drumrights doing. Then I found out he was ambassador to Taiwan from March 8th of 1958. So I went to Academia Historica there and finally read through all the data they have, and they cannot take photos. So I only use a pencil to record all the information. But then the next year, I got I heard one person talking, said if you want a picture, you can send your application in. So I did through the Dr. Marika Sanders Sada's help, and we got this valuable photo. That's on March 8th of 1958. You can see that's President Chiang Kai-shek and Madame Song Mei-lin and the Florence Drumright. And this is Ye Gongcao is ROC ambassador to US at that time. And this is Ambassador Drumright. until like August 21st, I completed all the research for the Drumrights donation at the SDMA. So I wrote an article to World Journal. That's the #1 newspaper, Chinese newspaper in US and Canada. And they changed my title, become I am an art detective of Chinese national treasures. Just after this newspaper was being published, and that's how what happened is the San Diego Chinese Historical Museum, the two former executive directors, all come over to me. The first one is Dr. Alex Strong. He came to me and he told me more stories about the Drumrights. And the second one is Tiffany Barris. She came over to me. She told me that they are working on doing their inventory, and they do have a lot of items is also donated by the Drumright. So she told me, she said, after our inventory is cleared, then I will tell you, please come to our museum to do the job for us. I said, no problem. So 9 months later, I started to do they put the inventory, the Drumrights donation together, and I started working like 7 times to photo all the paintings they donated. And how I started to curate this exhibition, time goes to June of 2019. Dr. Polly Liu came over to me, said to me, they, and also the board at that time, they invited me to curate this exhibition for the Drumrights donations and also write the catalog for them. In addition, they plan to have this exhibition on is October 2020. So I'm thinking only 1 month and 1 year and 4 months. So the time is really short. So then after I think about it, I think that's definitely will benefit all of Chinese and Americans friend. So I stopped my own book writing, and then I started curating this the whole exhibition. And then finally, we completed the exhibition actually before the schedule, and also with 1/10 of the cost. You know, it was in case it's by a formal big museum like SDMA. And for how did I curate this exhibition? The thing is, I cannot talk about all the details, so I only make the major things to share with you. Hold on, please. Okay. The first one is for the total inventory they have at that time is like around 120 paintings. So we chose, at that time I have no detailed information, but we only found out from Song Yu, Mrs. Song Yu. She also was the curator for SDMA at that time. So for both museums, she's working as a curator. So for the Drumright donation, I found out one list prepared by her showing 79 items is by the Drumrights. And but 79 of them, only 47 with names. So that gave me a lot of hard time, and I spent hours trying to find out which one is really made by, really donated by Drumright. And until later, I will show you what happened. And then we chose, Polly and me, we decided from the existing paintings, we choose like around 38 of them. to it can be for this exhibition is better one. And then 30 of them is no frame or need repair or reframing. So she's so she is doing the painting. Polly did the painting in Los Angeles, and I was spent all my time is doing research about the 32 artists. I want to find out what's the relationship with the Drumright, and I need to go through by their background. And after this two completed, then we will know, like when we decided to paint, hang the paintings, we must knowing what's the theme and also flow, how those goes. So when I want to find out the artist's relationship with the Drumright, that's the first one is I want to find out what's the Drumright's experience. And from this museum, what I learned is one is for Florence. She mentioned that she's a student of Chinese art. Also, she was an artist. So that's really new. But from the paintings later, you will find out why she's mentioned this. And then the second one is the Drumright experience. Before, we always thought, oh, because he was an ambassador from 1958 to 1962 in Taiwan, ROC, and probably because he was an ambassador, that's why people send the painting to him. But actually, when I study more, I found out one very important information is his experience in mainland China from 1932 to 44 is that's the time he really knowing a lot of artists already. And for this 32 artists, who are doing their background research, I would like to find out when do they meet with the Drumright and where they meet with Drumright. And for the painting itself, I need to really to like decode each inscriptions on the painting. The most important thing is you want to know the Chinese traditional characters, and also the most difficult thing to do is they have when people write calligraphies on the paintings, they have different script styles. And the first, on the top is seal and official and the regular styles, script styles. It's no problem. I can definitely knowing what their name is. But suppose it's a running and or cursive script styles, then one of them probably take me 2 months, but the other one take me like 2 years more to find out what's the real name. It's from SDMA to here, I finally find out the artist's name. And the last thing is the database record. Normally, other museums won't have this category, but what happened is that they don't have every person when they donated something, they should have a deed of gift. But this record, we don't have it when we're doing the exhibition. So until we completed, we just based on what we had at that time. After we complete the our exhibition, then we found out the donation record from Florence Drumright. So since then, we found out some mistakes in the numbers of accession numbers. Oh, sorry. Then the last thing is after those two things we figure out, and then we can decide what's the theme and the flow. The first one will be the introduce the Drumrights, both of them, and also I included one letter, their letter to artists in 1960. And the first gallery we showed is President Chiang Kai-shek and his 6 officers. And the second one is Florence Drumright's painting and also her art 8 teachers. The last one will be the Liu Li painting group and also Linglan School and other. That's all professors here. Talk about the Drumright experience in China. I found out one is the first day when he landed in Shanghai in January 28, 32. He met the they call Shanghai January 28th instant is the Japan just attacked Shanghai at that day. So he was waiting for two more weeks and until go to Hangzhou, and that's his place is supposed to be Hangzhou. So after he went to Hangzhou for 7 months, then the U.S. office, Washington D.C. called, asked him, is he like to be to learning Chinese language for 2 years or not? So he thought China is a very interesting country and the people is charming and enjoyable. He has a lot of friendship with them, so he agreed, and so he went to the Chinese learning language for 2 years in Beijing, and then after that he come back to Shanghai and also stay Shanghai for 2 years and few months, 4 months in Hangzhou. But until that time, like that's July 37th, is everybody, they have the beginning of 8-year war of with Japan by the Chinese people. So all the people in the East Coast, they moved to Chongqing. So in Chongqing, he stayed there for 3 years, just like any other Chinese people. They suffered all the bombing and also like shortage of all the material, and it's very tough life there. And I will show you the major cities. You can see the circle one is where Drumright have been visited, and they have in China at that time have 3 major art academy. One is in Beijing, one is Shanghai, and one is Hangzhou. So all the artists, the number of artists came to Taiwan later. You can see that most of them is from the coast area, and the inside is much less. So we have 32 artists information here. I prepared, and the first thing is when the 8-year war start, most of artists, they also from the coast, they also come to Chongqing. So a lot of people, they met there, and some of artists, when they come from on the way to Chongqing, they also doing sketch all the time, all the way to until they arrive Chongqing. So most of them, they are really talented and doing a good job there. And so after until 1958 and 62, so when ambassador become an ambassador to Taiwan, then he's not only knowing all these artists and also in Taiwan, everybody come to Taiwan at that time. So he met with them there too. So the first panel, what I found out, how can I introduce the Drumrights for their life and also for this exhibition. Then suddenly I checked, I got an old book, is in 1960. I went to the online to purchase, I found out this one and then I purchased it. They said they held an exhibition of contemporary Chinese paintings in 1960s, but the date is December 20th to 25th, 1960. And from this catalog, I found out they invited actually they borrowed the painting from 36 artists, and they showed like around 86 paintings for this exhibition. In this exhibition, they talk about their hope. Their hope is not only, oh, sorry, the hope is that not only the Chinese people and the American people will enjoy this art show, but it will be the beginning of other exhibitions, all leading to better understanding between our peoples. So I think this exhibition is exactly like after 60 years, it's a continuation of Ambassador and Florence Drumright's wishes. And also interesting I found out is until today, we have 26 artists have donated their work by the Drumrights to the SDMA museum. And 15 of them is of the artists have works donated to the San Diego Chinese Historical Museum. So now we go to the first gallery is President Chiang Kai-shek and his officers. You can see that this word is, even though that's only one word, is benevolence, the ren in Chinese, is by Jiang Zhongzhen, is Chiang Kai-shek. But actually, what surprised me is I never saw his calligraphy like this, because when we were in Taiwan, his signature is so beautiful. It's not like this. I think this is not so beautiful. However, then that's the time I know all the public document is doing probably by his Secretary General. And this one is by, this is a print by Madame Song Meiling. Normally we won't show the, normally we won't show the print. However, I know it's very difficult to see Madame Song Meiling's real paintings right now. I never saw that they have an exhibition. So, and the very valuable thing is we found out that's this inscription is by Chiang Kai-shek, and but his sign is not his Jiang Zhongzhen, and that's only by his birth name, because he said that when he saw this mountain, it reminded his thinking of his mom got 103rd birthday, so he wrote this inscription. So I think that's a very valuable original painting. But even though we only have a print, but we can see Chiang Kai-shek's inscriptions here is very valuable. And this painting is by Ye Bai. You can find out from the inscription. He said, he would like to send this one to the greatest friends of China, Madame and Mr. and Mrs. Drumright. I thought, you know, normally people won't say the greatest friend. So he must have a different experience with Ambassador Drumright. Then I found out he was the general deputy commander in Kingman military corps. So when the civil war between mainland China and Taiwan at that time is September 1958. So Ambassador Drumright definitely is with him together at that time. They have been through 2 weeks with the China have heavy bombarded Cayman Island and also Mo-Jun. This one is Liu Yezhao is Liu Yezhao. He's was also he was a professor in there and also officer of communication department and the education department too. But he graduated from Hangzhou Academy, Art Academy, and also came to US later in Tiburon, California. He get a name is artist Lutheran for his great contribution. And the next one is by Zheng Yueh-Po. Liu Yezhao and Zheng Yueh-Po both are classmates when they were in Hangzhou Art Academy. So Zheng Yueh-Po is the person set up the first art department in the National Taiwan Art Academy. He's very famous, and this is an inscription by Liang Hanchao, another famous person, but they would like want Zheng Yueh-Po to paint this horse and give to Ambassador Drumright when he departing Taiwan. And they thank for him and hope he get promoted to better officialdom. And this is a female, the top 10 female calligraphist. And this the person, I said this word, her name here, I took several months to find out what's her name. And finally, I saw a book with this person's name, Zhang Mo-Jun. Then original I thought is Zhang Mo-Yin. So only one different, the little difference is one is dot, one is like a mouse, a square, and make a big difference. So after I found out her name, then I can do research about her. You can see that's her calligraphy is that's called rounding. That's the last one, cursive style script. And this one is Minister of Foreign Affairs, Shen Changhuan. He sent the ambassadors one painting is the next painting you will see, but he has some mistakes here. He saw this painter, this artist is the artist in Qing Dynasty, but actually it's not. It's in the Republic of China period. And also he mentioned he sent this painting when that's beginning of the spring. And he only write down is February 3rd. So I found out there has 3 possibilities, because one is 1959, the other one is 1961, and also 62. The three years has a possibility he sent this painting to the Drumrights. The painting is called Blue and the Green Colors. This is all by minerals. So it's very beautiful painting. And the person, Qi Dakui, was born from 1921 to 1982 from Beijing. And this painting is a scenery of Kuo-Sung in Anhui province. And this is a very special painting. Originally, one lady mentioned, said, why this painting have so many calligraphies? Then I found out this is not by brush, it's by finger painting, by his fingers. So Ma Shouhua, he's the chairman of national painting society and also calligraphy society. He's also the dean of the court, administrative court. He's a very remarkable person, and because the Drumright couple visited him when the day is March 7th of 1962, they went to him and told him they were leaving. So suddenly he right away, he just take this old painting out and gave to them. And so he write the calligraphy here, said when they going back to US, and he just take this his old work as a departing gift. And the other two is this one is he draw this painting is by a poem. So he saw the poem and then he draw this painting. And this here is he's mentioning about the disadvantage in case you didn't pay attention when you're doing by fingers, you will make the painting really bad. So means that's his experience to how to make a good fingerprint. Now we go to the second gallery is Florence Drumright and also her teachers. From this, okay, sorry. Normally when you're learning Chinese paintings, the first important thing is you need to learn calligraphy first. If you cannot know calligraphy, then even the painting, you cannot make a really good painting. That's what my teacher told us. So but because everybody have different specialties, especially for beginners, they always use the easy one for let Florence to learn. Because Madame Chiang Kai-shek, she's an artist by herself. She learned from so many masters. So she introduced all her teachers to Florence Drumright. So she got so many different subject teachers. One is a calligraphy teacher with two Tan-Shih and Dan-Cheng, and the pine tree teacher, wisteria teacher, and also plum blossom teacher and the landscape teacher. The first one is that's her calligraphy teacher, Tan-Shih. Because SDMA have another, this person I studied until like right now is almost, I can say 7 years later, I finally completed the research, all her story. And I would, in the future, you probably will see. And this one is a Wisteria by You-Xuan. On the left one, even though this painting, Florence Drumright, write her Chinese name is Zhuangfu Lanzhi. However, I believe this painting is a collaboration work by her teacher, You-Xuan, and also by her together. Because if you see the vines, like this kind of lines, I said without 10 more years of effort, you cannot draw the leaves like this. It's very, very beautiful. And this on the right, I personally think that probably is the work of Florence Drumright. And this painting is very interesting. What happened is this being drawn at SDMA in September 1976. Chen Dan-Cheng, he's the artist, draw the bird, and the Yao Menggu draw the bamboos and also write all the calligraphy. But they mentioned that's in 圣地亚哥美术馆, means San Diego Museum of Arts. And this is also bamboo by Chen Dan-Cheng. This is the Rooster by Chen Dan-Cheng. You can see he's very famous by the animals. He can draw really, a lot of great animals. this one is by 3 people. That's a collaboration work. Actually, from this one, we found out Chen Dan-Cheng is the teacher of Florence. Why? He said, 庄富兰之画眉, which means Florence Drumright draw the plum blossom. And the other person is Dong Meizhen. 直兰 means Dong Meizhen draw orchid. And Chen Dan-Cheng 补菊 means the teacher Chen Dan-Cheng finally make the chrysanthemum here, and also write the calligraphy here. Dong Meizhen, her husband is the department head, former dean of executive yuan, and had a large studio in her home. And you know why I want to show that before this painting, because this painting is drawn, but it's also collaboration work by 3 people. The first one, the bamboo, is by Ma Shohua, is the one by Ma Shohua was the finger painting artist. And you can see the bamboo, that's his most famous for bamboo. And the second one is Chen Dan-Cheng, is chrysanthemum, is by Chen Dan-Cheng, and the Zhang Da-Chien for the rocks, and also wrote the poems. The poems is original, like he get some bamboo sticks to as a fence to protect the chrysanthemum, and then later next year the bamboo sticks grow up and get sprouted again, become a new leaves comes out. But that's in Chinese paintings, they have four things they call 4 noble gentlemen. One is a bamboo, one is a chrysanthemum, and the other one is orchid, and also plum blossom. So 4 of them represent 4 different kind of noble gentlemen, and really have different virtues, and people respect them a lot. And here he mentioned about 2 people. One is Tao Yuanming, who loves chrysanthemum, and also Wang Huizhi loves bamboo. So in this painting, they become like one same family. These 2 famous ancient people, they all come together, become a family. And this painting is sent to Zhang Fulanzi. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is these 2, both of them, they like freedoms. They don't care about wealthy or power. They just become they live in the rural side and would rather be a farmer. But they made a lot of great works for the future, for the next generations, future generations. And this painting, this is a print, but the valuable things is also it's donated by, gifted by Zhang Da-Chien. But the special things is because here is said that Zhang Da-Chien re-gifted. So normally that's very, it's surprising he will re-gifted this one to some people. So I think he definitely liked this painting a lot. And we also found out in the other museum, they have the one is the real one is also a copy, reproductions. This is Huang Junbi. 3 people, Zhang Da-Chien and Huang Junbi, and also Fu Xinyu. 3 of them become, they call 3 masters cross the sea, means from China to Taiwan. They are the most famous 3. And that's for landscape paintings. you can see that this painting was drawn at in June 27th of 1977, and in the International University of US, when he was 80, when Huang Junbi was 80 years old. And this university, international university right now is the Alliant International University in San Diego. So we know Huang Junbi definitely visited here before. And this one is by Zheng Manqing. He's a teacher of calligraphy teacher and also the pine tree teacher to Florence. He's the only person people will call him like 5 perfections. Normally, we only know 3 perfections, and that's the poem and calligraphy and also painting. But he got 5. Is the 4th one is Chinese medicine, and the 5th one is Tai Chi. When he was 25, he became a department head of art department head at Shanghai Art Academy. So he invited Zhang Dai-Ch'ien and his brother Zhang Sanzhi to teach there and make a really make the student really happy about it. And you can see the Florence work, learning from the famous artist. I think her work is really beautiful too. And the painting she would like send to Secretary General Dai-Ch'ien for his 90th birthday, birthday gift. But I don't know why she didn't send out, and so she donated the painting back to Historical Museum. The last room is Liu Li Painting Club and the Lingnan School and others. The Liu Li means 6 couples. But I made a summary report to find out how so many different art groups, and one person, Gao Yihong, he attended 6 different art groups, and every artist. This is all the people in this exhibition, and I showed them how many different art groups they have been attending. Also, some calligraphy group too. The first one is a collaboration work by Zhang Dai-Ch'ien and Huang Junbi, and Huang Junbi probably draw the waterfalls, and Zhang Dai-Ch'ien draw the figures and also write the name. And this is by Gao Yihong. Gao Yihong actually, he also was the teacher of Chiang Kai-shek's son, is President Jiang Jingguo. So I always know he's teaching Jiang Jingguo the calligraphy. So I never know. He also taught all different, like orchid and all different materials to Florence. This is also by Gao Yihong. You can see his work is quite beautiful. This person is Tao Shoubo. He was a sculptor. He's so famous on the plum blossom, and in his whole life he made 30,500 paintings is a plum blossom. And Chiang Kai-shek also sent his paintings to President Eisenhower when Eisenhower was elected as a president. So the Tao Shoubo was a very famous person. People will call him the Plum Blossom King. And this is a Ji Kang. Ji Kang actually also very famous. He can make a really monumental work, and his granddaughter wrote an album for him, said they named his, he has 3 master strokes. One is for the ladies, the other one is horses, and the third one is orchid. And Ji Kang's daughter told me, Ji Xiaoyuan, he told me when, like in the beginning of around 1960 area time, and her father presented an orchid exhibition. He made 100 different orchid paintings. And after the exhibition, all 100 orchid painting was being collected. Actually, it's collected by Madame Song Meilin. So later you can find out Madame Song Meilin have her own album comes out, just a pure orchid. So we know probably she learned from Ji Kang. And last week, Ji Kang donated 68 very valuable books to SDMA, to the library of SDMA. And in the future, if any of you would like to do study about Chinese paintings, you have plenty of material to go by. This is Hu Kebing, is also a professor. He also graduated from Hangzhou Art Academy, and when his whole life he always thinking about how to combine the Western techniques and the Chinese traditional painting skills together. So his work is really beautiful too. Right now, the last few is Oh Hao Nian. Oh Hao Nian, he was really young. He's still alive. Right now, become the most famous, very few most famous artists in Taiwan. And he gave this one in 1980, and also draw. So he wrote 2 things. One is original. He drew this one is the name of the painting, Sangao Shui Chang Tu, and also where he drew this. And in the middle, because he would like to send this one to Ambassador Drumright and also Florence. So he wrote this too. It's 1983. He said that he'd take one of his old work and give to them to enjoy. This is his wife, Oh Hao Nian's wife, Zhu Jian. You can see they both learned from the same kind of Lingnan school. And Oh Hao Nian was acting his teacher when Zhao Shao'ang, when Zhao Shao'ang came to America, have a tour exhibition. So Oh Hao Nian went to teach the class, and Zhu Jian was the leader of the class. So later they be married. You can see the logicon here is very just like a real one. It's amazing. I would like to show you this photo. Is 1979 when they came to SDMA, have a 1-month exhibition. So that's 3 of them. That's Florence and Ambassador Drumright, and also Oh Hao Nian. They've been together. What they are looking here is a big album. Have 31 artists that have painting inside. That's right now the painting. The whole album is in the collection of SDMA. This one is by Xi Dejing in 1961. Xi Dejing is the most famous oil painter, and the painting is for Florence, her portrait. This portrait originally Florence sent this one to Dr. Alex Strong's wife, Agnes Strong, but later they thought it's better to donate it back to the museum. So after they donated back, Florence Drumright, the total donation from the Drumrights become 80 items. Next 4 slides, I will say that's a beautiful mistakes. I would like to share with you what happened is all this paintings were published in the catalog, but we found out they are not donated by the Drumright until we find out all the detailed information. First one is by only half of the calligraphy is by Fu Xinyu, and that's Kuo-Sung. He donated to the museum. The second one is Liu Kuo-Sung. He's a very famous person. Right now in SDMA has 2 more his paintings. Is donated by the AAC, found from AAC. And this one is by Feng Zhongrui. It's 1934. It's also Feng Zhongrui. SDMA also have 1 more his paintings. And the last one is a sculpture is Ting-Shih. You can see that right now in Taiwan, he has Taichung, Taiwan. He has his own art museum right now. So after the exhibition, we found out actually is after we completed the draft of our catalog, we found out we had some unexpected connection. I will show you. First is when we sent everything to Alex Zhuang, he was in a senior home. When we talked with him with the walkie-talkie, and one nurse heard we talking about the Florence Drumright. So later she came out, she said, are you talking about the Florence Drumright? We said yes, and she said, oh, I believe she's my great grand aunt. And so she called her dad right away, and her dad said, yes, Florence is his aunt. So then we get connected with Mr. Paul Aker, and he supplied us a very valuable picture. So Mr. Paul Aker is nephew of Mrs. Florence Drumright. He showed us a picture that's President Chiang Kai-shek and Florence and Mrs. Aker, sorry. And this is Madame Song Mei-Lin and Ambassador Drumright and Mr. Aker. And this invitation card for the tea party from Chiang Kai-shek and Madame Song Mei-Lin. That's in May 1st of 1960, and that's for they had the tea party for they also even prepared everything for them. So I will show you how many references I have been used. Here is 16 books I have been referenced, and also like 67 web reference. Actually, it's much more, but I just have no patience to write all of them. So you can see for this several years, that's all my notebook for Chinese arts. And I would like the end, I would like thanks to my husband, Ron Ku, for his 100% support. Without him, I cannot spend all my time just doing my studies. Now I would like to show you some preview about what the exhibition looks like. And that's the first room, first gallery. When we go in, you can see the big panel, and also later, that's the first room with Chiang Kai-shek's and his officers. And this, the last room, is with all Liu Li group. Oh, I forgot to mention, Liu Li means 6 couples. they had a meeting every month. They also cooking together, and after cooking, everybody they draw a painting, collaboration work together, and also they critique each person's work every month. So they really enjoy for so many years. And right now in this exhibition, like four couples have paintings here. Next, I will show you less than 1 minute video. Is this I would like to thank my son Raymond Ku. He's the photographer, and also Miss Li Ma. She made a beautiful edit and also make a really nice song by Gu-Qin. Thank you for viewing and hope you enjoy it.